All right, there we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Daily Candle Close News with Awaken Soul on Tuesday night, 6:30 p.m. live streams on YouTube. Empowering TA and vibing with the charts, where we talk about everything crypto. Holla.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. How are you?
Oh, hey, Abe. Good, good, good. Thank you for having me. I
Oh,
was so
anytime.
confused about this whole thing.
Yeah,
Ah,
I forgot to add us both to the stream. I'm sitting here already doing the intro, but we're good to go. Got it all figured out. We're getting the kinks worked out. It's our second official live Tuesday night video. So glad to have you all. We already got Pinchy Gordo in the house.
hey.
Hola, holla, Pinchy Gordo. Glad to have you, brother. Glad to
Yes.
have you.
Oh my gosh. How are
Yeah.
you?
Oh, me, I'm blessed. I'm blessed. Living the dream. Another day in the Matrix. Beautiful day. It's Tuesday, Martes, the day of Mars. So, you know, glad to be here. But it's the start of May, and I figured we'd talk about some things real quick is, May Day, May Day, May Day. And if you can see my screen, I can just pinpoint from your birthday on the 30th all the way down to last night. We've just been in a downtrend leading into May Day. And, that's the distress call, the what a pilot or a captain would use if they were, in a distress situation. And so I always use this time period as sell in May and walk away. Prepare for the automatic rallies that we tend to see in the markets leading into May, June sometimes because it's a very undecided month before we tend to get lows that come in July. Um, and it's pretty euphoric sometimes, and to see this few days of sell off, it's got a lot of people wondering what's going on in crypto and the markets, and to me it's like uh this ain't nothing. This is just a rinse and repeat cycle. And I had pulled up right here that yesterday was the 247th birthday of the Illuminati's birthday. So we know that Freemasons, Illuminati, they're all just arms of the Knights Templar, the world's first bankers. And talking about finance, I find this time period to be very important. It's also the start of the time period that some practice as Beltane, that leads all the way till late June. And so it's always a time period to be, cautious in the markets. But it's also Lay Day in Hawaii, and so it's a lot of things going on. Yesterday in the news, you saw a aerial event with a balloon or what I'm calling eggs, but like some calling it a spy balloon. They say right here, like on the 4th of February when we saw that in the U.S. But the latest one was over Hawaii yesterday on Lay Day, on May Day. So for Hawaii to be in the news yesterday on Lay Day, it just wasn't surprising to me. And it was all causing volatility in the markets. And then we also saw Janet Yellen come out and talk about the markets yesterday and how the debt ceiling by June 1st could be reached. And it's like, well, they just kick the can down the road every time, Awakened Soul. Like, what does this mean for us and our finances? Because if they're just going to continue to cap the debt ceiling, but when we get to the cap of the debt ceiling, they just extend it and increase the debt ceiling. Well, what does that mean? Do we really have a debt ceiling? So I wanted to talk about all this today and bring up the obviously First Republic Bank. We know it collapsed recently. It lost $100 billion in depositors' funds, not just its funds, but banker like depositors' funds, mine and your money if we use that bank. So a lot of people don't realize that. Like there's a lot going on right now in May around banks and the Federal Reserve, the collapsing of banks, First Republic Bank being the largest U.S. failure since 2008, since the housing market collapsed. And you've got news articles coming out right now. Again, regulators and the Feds seized that bank yesterday, but this all started with March 10th, the 3-year anniversary of the 2020 last day of normality before our lives changed forever when Silicon Valley Bank collapsed. And here we are at Mayday, 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 and they're calling for U.S. banking crises to worsen with half of America's banks on the verge of failure. Just something we've been preparing pioneers, awakened souls, divergence, and glitches for on my channel. And something I bet you're pretty aware of too is just the turmoil that we're seeing this year unfold in the markets. All this, reminding me of May 1st, 1933, when executive order 6102 came out when they bought the gold back and threatened Americans with 10 years imprisonment for owning gold if they didn't sell it back to the Federal Reserve. So, it's just kind of reminding me of rinse, repeat, get ready for sell in May and walk away. Well, how do you feel about it?
Hey. um, yeah, so let's look at the charts. Well, like for today, for the week, I mean, this drop was amazing for me. This is
Yeah.
my birthday.
Yeah, I know.
It's a birthday gift. I was like, okay, it's funny because I was like, I'm not gonna be charting,
You were
and
shorting all this.
I was just shorting the market as it was going.
I knew it. Great birthday
I
present. Make some money, baby.
For sure, for sure. No, well, overall, if we put a just a horizontal line on our range, right, from our high to our low, we're definitely in a sideways movement still. I think like it's overall like coiling up to make a big decision.
Correct.
Um, it's still hard to say. I mean, as bearish as I want to be, there's it's still holding major support levels.
Right.
And but yeah, let me see what time frame do you have. 2 hours. Let me
Yeah,
see
that's
our
what I
chart.
got pulled up. And we can share your chart anytime you want to. I can stop sharing and let you share anytime. If you want to, do that.
Yeah, no worries. It's because usually we like pre-talk. We didn't even have
Right.
no pre-talk. You just went all in. I was like, whoa, what happened? I
Yeah.
didn't even get ready.
Yeah. No
Ah,
pre-talk. My bad. Yeah, I just
that's
running
all good.
behind today.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Um, you're in the 2 hour time frame, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So yeah, I'm trying to compare it to your chart and that channel that you have it coming to the downside.
Yeah, my
Um,
digression trend or a
mm,
regression trend or falling wedge, descending wedge.
hmm No, I think it looks. I mean, overall, like I said, I mean, we had a great drop, but retrace. We have to have that retrace, but could be looking at like a 2 hourly lower high. That could be a big possibility coming in too.
Correct.
And if that's the case, we have to consider of the next leg down being a lower low, right?
Right. Yeah. Because I
Um,
can see this being an A, B, C, like you're talking about, because this is the point 0.5 fib. So it could bring the C wave back down to the bottom side of this, or even breaking down to another
mhm.
low around what I'm thinking is 25. Today is 5.2, or internationally written 2.5. We have the lunar eclipse coming up on the 5th, which is 5.5 or Cinco de Mayo. So I could definitely see that happening.
Cinco de Mayo. I gotta go
Yeah.
celebrate.
Yeah.
I'll
So they
celebrate. I don't know, but that's funny.
yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
It's something it's important to me. It's the 55 date. I don't know. I'm just seeing not only the lunar eclipse and eclipses being volatile to the market, but Cinco de Mayo just playing out in the cards by the code, giving us the 55, and it lands on 5.5. Why does it land on 5.5 every year? It's 3 days away. We tend to get the window of volatility 3 to 5 days before the eclipse and or moon pattern. So if we pull that up, uh, yeah, right here on the first is going to be 5 days before, so we get this volatility leading into the 5th, and then it can last to 5 days after is what we learn. And so with this 5.5 coming up, it's tying us into Satoshi Nakamoto as well,
hmm.
and that's the creator we know of Bitcoin, giving us that same 55. Oh, I gotta spell it right always, but giving us that same 55. And we know Cinco de Mayo is named after the Mexican's army, correct?
I'm
And it gives
not.
us
Oh, I
55.
thought you were gonna ask me. I was like, I'm like the most non-Mexican, the
Oh,
most Mexican
you're the most
non-Mexican
Mexican non-Mexican ever.
out
Okay,
there
got it.
for sure.
But yeah, I pulled it up and I did, done my research on it the last few years that I've talked about it. And but yeah, it dates back to the Mexicans' army and the Battle of France, over France at the Battle of Puebla. And I could be
Damn.
pronouncing that wrong, but yeah, it's the Franco-Mexican War. Um, but yeah, happened in 1862. But yeah, so yeah, just a little bit about your culture and history. But I just see this 5-5 date tying us into Satoshi Nakamoto being, I don't know, being important. Um, whether
That was
that's to the
so cool.
downside or upside, I don't know.
That was awesome. Thank you.
Yeah,
You blew my mind away right now. I
yeah,
was like,
thank you. Yeah, I gotta bring the spice, you know.
for
That's how I
sure.
view the markets. I pay attention to the date numerology and the little certain things like Lay Day or Cinco de Mayo and not just the eclipse. It's like so much more than that.
Right. I was also looking at price action where it is right now. Like, if you zoom in more, like in the 15 minute,
Yeah,
with my little contraction phases, I was looking at, just a area right here that it could rest till it continues to the upside, or again, it's gonna give us that leg down,
yeah.
right?
You're
So
calling this little contraction phase
yeah, in the 15 minutes.
coming out of
So
this previous contraction phase.
yeah, so now that we're in the top right there, I was thinking it's probably gonna coil around here, make a new pattern, and then from here, it's gonna decide to bounce to the upside or fall back again.
Right. Yeah. Could come back down and retest this line or maybe this level of the Fibonacci. Um, either or.
Hmm.
That's what you're saying. Then make
Yeah,
its decision to go to the
all the way
downside
down or all
or
the
to
way
the
up.
up. Yeah,
Yeah,
I can
exactly,
see that. Yeah, because this
exactly.
floor, this roof that you're seeing on the 15-minute time frame, that's a resistance at roughly 29K. We've talked about it recently, and I've brought it up in my videos. But if we go the weekly time frame, how the drawings, and just remember where the price action is basically at now. Um, put a horizontal line right here. Uh, it's 29K roughly. Like this is a floor. So you see, it's like support,
Hmm.
support, support, and now it's resistance for the last year plus. So yeah. Going back to the 15-minute time frame, zooming back in, that's pretty important. I can definitely see us consolidating right here, like you're saying.
Yeah, it's like the mechanics of price mark, price action. I've been noticing that a lot.
Right.
Like if you truly just stare at like the mechanics of it, and you realize how price action moves, and like from one level to another level, and just it's interesting.
It is. It definitely is.
Yeah.
You been
Um,
making any big plays in the market lately?
the shorting the market on my birthday.
Yeah.
Uh, no, honestly, I'm waiting for this contraction phase to take place right here in the 15 minutes. I
Right.
want to know if that's going to be our 2 hourly lower high and take another nice short. Um,
Yeah.
so I'm waiting for it to reverse. To be honest with you, I'm waiting for trend lines to break, for supports to break, for my 1226 EMA to rotate, and once I have that rotation, I'll consider taking a short. Right, but right now in the bigger picture of where we're at, like in the 4 hour, 2 hour, you could visualize that this could be a possible lower high. So any moment, the rotation could come at play, and the shift to the next leg down could come at play. So that's something I'm
Right.
considering. So I'm not in yet right now. I miss this. I'm always missing the longs. I'm scared to long.
Yeah.
I'll take all the shorts. I just posted something on my Discord today. I was like a a bull's pump is gonna be a bear's gift,
Right.
So, and that's what one of my mentors once told me. So whenever you have a nice pull to the upside, it's just market structure. You got a high, you're gonna get now the next higher low, or you're gonna get a next low, right? So you can always play those little pullbacks if once you get to that level, or it's just really nice to see that. So that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for that opportunity to give me that pullback, and I could play that leg down. But
Right.
of course, I don't know if it's done this pump to the upside. So usually I'll just follow it with the trend line. I have like a major trend line, just and as it's creating um like new supports as it continues to move up, that's my support. I move it up, and if it breaks that certain support level, then I'll consider taking a short or reassessing the market.
Correct. Correct. Yeah, I'm definitely paying attention to like you're saying. This is crucial right here. This point 0.5 fib from this previous high on the 15-minute time frame. If we just look at that, if I had the draw, oh yeah, never mind. But yeah, the point 0.5. I mean, that's a dead cat bounce. We could easily just roll over and just set a lower low from here on the 15-minute time frame. So again, just providing a great another short opportunity, kind of like this right back here on my birthday. You got a short opportunity on your birthday. I got a great one on my birthday because I was prepared
That,
for the volatility in the markets, and I mean, in minutes I made money and saw it
that's
bounce
so
right back up.
funny. But
Yeah,
that's true. Oh my God,
yeah,
that huge drop happened in your birthday, and
yeah.
this drop happened on my birthday.
Yeah, but yeah, this was the 27th of April, and Waters and everyone, not just him, but other communities were talking about this day like it was supposed to be a big day, and I was like, you guys, like I tried to do a decode and a very important like post in the communities like. It's really, I think, going to be the 26th, I mean, and I wasn't biased because it was my birthday, it
Yes,
was like, it was what I was seeing in the charts, in the code. And it was like, yeah, it's, all right, we'll just see what happens. And well, it's, he even brought it up today or yesterday in his Red Pill podcast, he talked about the 26th, and I'm like, okay, yeah, he saw it, which it doesn't matter because, this could be the 26th in one area of the world and the 27th already in the other, vice versa, the 27th and still be the 26th. So, I mean, one day doesn't matter, but just being able to take advantage of that short opportunity and then long it once we got this big wick theory. I love the big wick theories. I mean, it just shows a trend reversal to me. It shows buy pressure coming in, especially if you pay attention to volume on the charts at the time, especially on these lower time frames, hourly, 2 hourly, daily.
yeah.
Like if you're looking at volume, like it really indicates the way the market's going to move. And then you can get ready to exit your short, long the market, and then close again. So it's really, really unique. But to get a short on your birthday, my birthday, it is, man, it's amazing, isn't it?
It really is, to be honest with you. It really is. I was
Yeah,
not expecting it, but I was like, I'll take that.
yeah. Yours, I was expecting. Mine, like I just knew it'd be volatile. I wasn't expecting which way. But yours, leading into May 1st, I knew, well, of course, Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. Distress call, panic. Fake out, shake out vibes is what I'm getting out of this. To be honest, like I see this being a left shoulder, head, possible right shoulder to finish out this contraction phase, like you're talking about, and then possibly breaking this roof and turning it back into a support. But we got to get this point 0.5 fib taken care of, get past this golden pocket, and then eventually set a higher high than right here, or we're coming back down, like you said.
Yeah, for sure. I think so. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be a nice next play, and yeah, it's interesting once you get like to see it daily or as it progresses or as the charts move. You kind of start to understand her patterns and her ways of like, okay, this is a new contraction phase. Let's just wait here. Let's reassess what's happening. And then you're able to get ready for the next move, right?
Correct.
So, and that's how I take advantage of doing a more thorough um, TA and then coming down to 15, 5 minute time frame and being able to like, okay, I understand we have two possibilities, and from these two possibilities, what's the best? What's happening? Set our alarms, setting them because in the end of the day, she's gonna do what she's gonna do.
Correct. No doubt. No doubt. She's always going to do what she wants to do, not what we want her to do.
All right.
Uh, but yeah, I definitely, do you see this? little contraction phase right here, this consolidation in this megaphone we're getting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm paying attention. I was talking about this in my video today. How I'm viewing this as possibly a left shoulder, little head, possibly forming a little right shoulder maybe, and then coming back down to that 25K range, 24K range, which is the 223 and the 322 exponential moving averages that I talk about on my channel. Because we've yet to see the yellow flip to blue, which is a bullish pioneer, a bullish awakened soul cross, you know. And that's something I ain't yet to see. They're sloped upwards, but price action has just failed to really show me that it's ready to make its next move up yet, you know.
Right. No, definitely that trend line that you have, the red one, that support
Yeah.
is a big support
Hmm.
in my perspective too. I have it alarm, big alarm set there. I think even for spot holders, it's something to be considered because once that ceiling comes, if we don't hold, I would say 23K,
Mm.
that would be my next major support to the downside. And if we don't hold that, we could see low targets. So
Correct.
yeah, that's definitely a top in my perspective too. I've been looking at that possible head and shoulders play,
Okay.
even like a triple crown.
Yeah, like
Have you
crown
seen?
distributional top like deal, part sits and
Yeah,
like head.
yeah, like a part Simpson. If you put like five, we could see that four of those five tops are made already.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
see four of them made already. If you put like, yeah.
How would you view it on the 15, or
Um,
would you
no,
stay
go
on the
back to
daily?
the no. I would say 2 hours. Let me see,
2 hours.
2 hours.
Okay.
Let me see, or 1 hour. Uh, that's fine. Put that right in the center. Your
Yeah, I'm
what's
gonna go to auto.
no worries. And then just with one of your tools with the little arrow tools, you could or turn on your indicator, the higher high lower low indicator. Do you have it? Higher high lower low indicator.
That one, or are you talking about the one you use? I don't have the one you use yet.
That's like the best one. Higher high lower low.
Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of swing. It's
Okay.
called higher high, lower low.
Yeah, try the higher high lower low. Low. There you go. It's that one. The second one. The
This
live
one.
one. Uh-huh.
We're gonna start. Boom. All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So you're
Okay,
getting
then
one,
go
two.
go to the
Okay. One,
settings.
two, three, four.
Go
Settings on
to
this.
yeah, and inputs under inputs and put 30.
And what's
Yeah.
that? 30 days?
Um, someone just told me to put 30. I really don't know what it represents. So it's just something I usually play around with it, and I realized that I usually play with like a 3, 6, or 9, and then always on the
Correct.
30th. But they told me to put it in the 30th. It was just
Well,
something that
well, I like the 30 right now because it's May, and May is really the third month of the year. A lot of people don't know that. So, I mean, I can vibe with the 30s going into tomorrow, which is really 3 3. That big
yeah,
powerful 33.
that
I can vibe with it.
this is your must indicator. Out of all the indicators, let me tell you. So just visualize it right there. We have a beautiful,
Yeah.
we could have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the fifth top building right now. So this little pump to the upside, if it concludes to be a lower high, this could reverse. And then we break this neckline and we're going to see major to the downside.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right. But of
Yeah.
course, it all depends on this lower high. If we break the previous lower high to the upside, it will retrace. So if we break that lower high, expect a higher low and then maybe continuation to the upside.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe a higher low, you said. Oh, you're talking about a higher high than a higher low than this previous
Yeah,
low. Yeah, a higher high, which is breaking 32 322 Skull and Bones number in the Skull and Bones year, the 13th Lucas number in math. I got that somewhere, but anyway. But yeah, I can definitely see that. I've been, predicting that for over a month. So it's just about when it does it.
Right. But it could definitely just if we don't break that lower high. Oh, and you know how it prints in red the highs and in green the lows on the end indicator.
Yes.
Those are they told me to pay attention to those instead of the other lows and highs. Those are more critical lows and highs. So it's something to so when it's marking it in green, it's pretty much like it is the true low or it is the
Accumulation.
true, yeah, something
Yeah.
like that. But
Short
yeah,
term. Yeah.
just looking at that, if we hold this lower high, that red lower high, that's considered that would be my resistance around, yeah, that would be my resistance, and right
Yeah, I've got
there.
this level marked too because it's $30,022. So it's like right here where this wick came in, where this lower high came in, where the support was being held. So again, it's still the 322, so it's just amazing.
I know. I was gonna ask. I'm like, where did he get that blue line from? Like,
Well, it's
where?
been there for months on some of my videos. You can go back for months. It's been there.
Oh
Um,
wow, that
but
was
yeah,
a good one.
like
I
all the
just
way
couldn't
back to where
tell.
we broke support from the downside to this range. That's how long it's been there. So for months.
Wow.
That's why I don't like to erase my charts. I do like to view a fresh chart when I go to trade or something. But when I'm accessing these markets and I'm accumulating, I'm de-risking, I'm viewing this on a long-term basis, an investor, real true investor basis mindset. I gotta have my drawings. I put
For
hundreds and
sure.
hundreds, sometimes thousands of hours into some of these charts. So yeah,
No, I know. I've erased so much art, so much stuff, and I don't know why I did that. I had so
Mm,
much, and now that I sometimes I question it or I wonder, or I think about those charts. I'm like, I remember I drew this, and I can't find them.
yeah.
Kind of sucks.
Yeah, that happened when my laptop crashed. My first laptop a few years ago, I had a lot of work and videos and stuff on there, and it's like I can only salvage so much of it, and it's like yeah,
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, you should play around with that indicator. It's pretty fun. And
yeah. I'm going
like
to.
I
One
said,
question: does this
yeah,
line that's red and green? It doesn't print until the next higher low or lower high or whatever comes in, does it?
yeah,
Then yeah, okay,
correct. It's just showing like green just because it's buying, it's going up, and red
correct,
selling, coming down. And you could modify it and play with the colors. And
right,
but yeah, it just helps me identify a true high, a true low. And especially as a day trader, right? I want to see, like right now, that higher low, the one that marked in green. At
yeah,
that point, once that is marked, I know that uh, a possible retrace is gonna happen. Like I said,
hmm,
it's gonna give us that lower high, or we're gonna continue to the downside. One of the two.
right. And again, like if you pulled the fib up from right here on this chart, just from this previous high to low, that's critical. Point 0.5. That's a dead cat bounce. This is where a lot of traders at forex or stock market will come in to do uh, a true dead cat bounce. Crypto is more volatile though, so it can go all the way up to this 888, set a lower high like you're talking about before coming all the way back down and setting this lower low.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but if we definitely cross that support, it's gonna be big.
Oh yeah. Hmm. Yeah, because again, that's the $29,000 psychological floor ceiling range that we were talking about earlier. So yeah, definitely big, big.
Yeah. What about have you done any recent trades yourself this past weekend?
I dabble in XRP.
You
It's my baby.
dabble.
Yeah, I mean, it's my biggest bag. I've been able to trade it and play around with it well. And recently I did this. Where's this trade at? Oh yeah, it's right back here. 2 hour time frame. Um, I've been pretty active in it since I took that big step on calling this 46-cent breakout right back here before we got it to the downside. So I was able to shorten the market then. I was able to accumulate at 44 cents that we talked about previously um, in a video. Let me get this to where we can see it. but yeah, um, so I ran my 3x leverage long up, like we talked about, and I closed some of that position, shorted to the downside, all the way to here, closed the short, and then I de-risked the rest of my long position here. I assessed the market throughout this time period with XRP, and this right here. This was my birthday on the 26th, so I took that short real quick. Played this big wick theory on the 2 hour time frame and on smaller time frames, but I love to view the 2 hour time frame to see where we're going, and then I played it all the way up to this large wick right here, this floor. When we started to get a false breakout, I started to close my long position then. So I played it recently here as well. Missed out on this, and here recently until going into yesterday, uh, I think it was. I was viewing the markets and watching this 46 cent level. So I caught a small short right here, made less than $20. But was able to close out as we hit 45 cent some range around here, and I've just been waiting for to catch the breakout of 46 cents, or waiting for a rejection to possibly short it all the way down to what I'm thinking could be 42 to 40 cents. Uh, but I don't know. This is a large wick to me, and I like to play those on reversals. So it's really going to make or break me right here. Like I'm waiting for this breakout to decide, or rejection to decide.
Yeah, because that could be a possible 2 hour bear flag.
Yeah.
That whole contraction phase right
hmm
there.
Yeah, and you're talking about from back here all the way over. If I was to pull
Mm-hmm.
this whole contraction phase.
Yes,
Yeah.
back at that. Just putting some. There you go.
Yeah.
It's a
Oh,
teddy bear.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just messing up with my drawings, but yeah, I definitely see what you're saying there. I can definitely vibe with that because I see some bearish activity around this lunar eclipse possibly coming in the markets. It tends to be bearish, Um, so we know we're in the solar phase if you know about astrology, but still the lunar cycles or the lunar eclipses, the lunar moons, they tend to bring volatility in the markets, and it's a full moon, correct? Uh,
Yeah, I believe so. I don't have my calendar with me. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I got it right here. I just don't remember um, if it's a full moon or a new moon. Yeah, the full moon of May is the flower moon, May 5th. So full moons are typically, bearish, while new moons are typically more bullish. So I like to, accumulate the full moons, de-risk the new moons.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be definitely interesting. With XRP, I don't trade it. I have been charting it recently, but and it doesn't look good.
Yeah. I
I'm
watched one of your
sorry.
videos on it the other day, right after I did mine. I was like, dang, I should have watched hers first. But I mean, I wasn't too far off because I had that, like I said, I had this pattern drawn right here. It's hard to see right now, but I had this basically. I didn't like how I did it really, but I had to play this big wig theory on my birthday. And I had
Mhm.
this was like a beer flag, beer pennant to me.
Mhm.
And it's like, this can break to the downside. And sure enough, well, it just trickled on past this 46 cent that I was talking about, and we've yet to get back above it. So yeah, it's not looking good. I know we might lose some followers for that, but that's cool. I mean, we're just speaking truth. Truth hurts.
Yeah, I was looking at the XRP chart and
It's
just
the
like
full
in
moon. We're coming up on it. It's full moon. Get ready before this happens. New moon.
the
Yeah, that's all
That's
it's
gonna
gonna
be
do.
wild.
Yeah, probably something like this.
No, you think?
Well, if we break this level, and then it's just gonna be high, lower, high, lower, high. I mean, that's it's just possible. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. It'd just be a larger Bart Simpson
Right.
head. Uh,
The beauty of the charts, it's like surprise.
yeah, yeah, fake out, mayday. uh, yeah,
The beauty of this game. Oh, I
yeah,
love it. It's true though. It's like you just really don't know. It's like, okay, what are the best situation or what's coming up next? It's cool. That's cool.
yeah. Either way, I mean, there's money to be made both ways. If you have limit orders set to accumulate or de-risk, I mean, you're good to go. It's when you sit there and you hodl till you die, or you sit there and you get scared to buy, or you're scared to de-risk, and you don't want to take action. That's when you're losing. I mean, unless you're playing the 10-year theory. I mean, everybody's right after 10 years. I mean,
For sure. And if you're not right, well, that's all bad.
yeah, I don't. You built your thesis sort of wrong, you know.
Yeah. No, but so yeah. What about have so you did a video today this morning?
Yeah, it's already uploaded on Facebook. It is May Day, it's Lay Day, Beltane, and
Oh.
May rituals to start off this month. And I talk about, I talk about the debt ceiling again. The bank collapses a little bit. I've already done a video uh, on my Saturday Night Live talking about Cinco de Mayo and everything. So until that day approaches, I won't bring it up again probably. But I talked about the Kentucky Derby coming up and, things like that. Just rituals and distractions we're about to see as we kick off May. And it's sell in May, walk away. So we know this. We've talked about this for a year now.
Hi, Roy. Roy said hi.
RC3 more in the house. Let's go. Good evening, fellow pioneers. Good evening, Awaken Soul. Hello, brother. Glad to have you viewing. Thank you. That's 4 people viewing. 4 thumbs up. 4 likes. Let's go. Love it. Uh, True pioneer. I love him. But yeah, I was talking about Mayday and the red in the markets that we were seeing since yesterday and the day before, and it's just not surprising. It's Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. So yeah, I wanted to
Right.
come out last night and do it, but I had a long day yesterday at work, and I don't know. I haven't been able to find my pay card that I get my check on, and so I've been cleaning the house looking for it. Last time I had it was in my wallet, and it's like crazy that it's not there now. I don't know. Um, but sometimes things happen, and I don't know. I must have misplaced it, so I've been trying to get that figured out. So I wasn't able to get on a video yesterday on May Day, but you know, 12 hours late ain't gonna hurt nothing.
I know. Yeah, definitely had a nice rest, but I definitely miss not work, but just doing me. It was nice to rest, but then it's like, you can only rest so much. Like I'm like, okay, my brain needs some stimulation or something. Like I'm
Right.
done. I'm done staring at the trees for 3 days.
Yeah, I don't know. There ain't no place I'd rather be awake and soul than window birds, bees, leaves, and trees. I could leave this crypto, this internet, this whatever life away. I could give away everything and just be a shaman in the Tibetan mountains. It's just, I don't know. I got my son, I got priorities I got to take care of, but I don't know. That's just me. I love nature.
No, me too. But I was like 3 days. I was flying. I was like, I'm done. I need to come to Earth. you know,
Right.
ground to Earth.
Yeah. I'd go back under the dome for a little bit. I've been outside the firmament.
For
Mhm.
sure.
I heard that. Hey, as long as you're raising the frequencies, raising the vibrations, that's all that matters. I think.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely, definitely. And have you looked at ETH lately, or any of the DXYs, or any other stocks?
I talked about the DXY a little bit in my live the other day. I know you watched it, so I haven't brought that up since. I meant to bring up Ethereum today, and I forgot to. But it's not really a lot has changed to me, especially if we look at this on the daily time frame. Except for the fact that Ethereum is kind of like the one leading the rally for me. Already breaking up to something I didn't think we'd see $2,100 until we saw Bitcoin break 30K. And I mean, I know it's hit 30K, but I don't know. Ethereum's showing the most support held, the most bullish activity to me. I just forgot to talk about it, but to me, it's not a lot until we break this 888 I got right here. And that could possibly take us, if we break this high, back up to 23, 24K, I think. But it all depends to me on what the market makers do. We know tomorrow is uh, you know, uh, where's that? The
FOMC.
FOMC meeting the next 2 days. So that's very important because it then leads into Star Wars Day. May the Force be with you. So, you know, crazy. But yeah. So I'm definitely paying attention to that day because it could show some very force, some volatility in the markets for us. So So yeah,
Hmm. That's interesting.
yeah, that's how I viewed it last year, and it showed out. Uh, let's go back to last year, May 4th, for Ethereum, real quick, since we're on the daily time frame. But yeah, right here, May 5th. May 4th was a green day fake out to the upside, and then 5th started a downtrend all the way into the 12th.
Wow.
So just like a week long downtrend, basically. And it was right after May 4th be with you. So this was around a lunar eclipse as well, where Terra Luna went from $119 all the way down to, well, we know, fractions of a penny. So, I was warning people on my channel. This is Terra Classic, actually. But Terra Luna, I don't know where it's at. I got a chart somewhere. But anyway, it went to $119, and then it hit the 4.236 Fibonacci extension level, which we know is red heated to any trader. And then it crashed to, well, fractions of a penny. So, yeah, that's what I'm paying attention to, is just how volatile May can be. May 4th be with you. Same thing back here for Bitcoin. May 4th right here. May 4th, green day, up 5.2%. Today is 5.2,
That
international 2.5.
that'd be so cool if it does drop that day,
Yeah,
Abe. If it is, all right, I'll take you serious. I'm just
yeah.
kidding.
I know, right? I mean, but
I'll
but
start paying
May the
attention.
fourth was bullish, but it was that Cinco de Mayo day that was bearish. Everybody drank that cerveza and went on there and freaked out because they saw the news. Bitcoin was getting banned in another country, or miners were getting shut down, or whatever. Terra Luna news, and well, they
Yeah.
sold, they panic sold. You know,
Right.
what was it?
Right.
A weekend, a Thursday, not surprising. So yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, so I love little things like that. It helps me pinpoint where the possible volatile days in the market are, because everything is numbers. It's pre-programmed to an algorithmic code. They told us in the beginning of Bitcoin, when they created it, that it was programmed to fulfill an algorithm. So it means it runs on an algorithm. It's math, and everything is math.
I know. That's so cool. That's
Yeah, I haven't looked at
amazing.
no other stocks though, or DXY like you were asking, except for the Dow Jones. In my live the other day, I was asked about it, and I just still see this possibility. Not this. Well, yeah, maybe a 1618 lower high than last year's high, if we're lucky. Because I mean, we're breaking this trend line that I was paying attention to. Um, so who knows? Um, but I still see us coming back down by the end of the year. So that's the only thing I'm seeing with stocks, is I'm not in them.
Yeah. It's crazy to imagine though. I was thinking about the other day. I'm like, imagine we never come lower than today. I'm just saying, like this contraction phase in general, I've been expecting it. And I was just thinking about it. I was like, what if? You never know.
You talking about
Like,
right here with the Dow Jones?
yeah. I mean, you just never know. Like, what if? And it just starts going up forever.
I mean, it could. I mean, I'm not gonna say it will, but like if you look at this yellow trend line and go back on the weekly time frame, I mean, let's hide these drawings. Oh well, no, I can't because that's my yellow trend line. But look how far it goes back. I mean, it goes back to
Right.
a previous Shemitah year of '08 housing market crisis, came to it, bought right back up over years. Same thing with the 2015 China Asia market crisis. Same thing. C19, same thing. Like here we are again, and so I mean, you could be right. We could just slide on up to around 40,000, 50,000 points over the next 2.5 years.
That would be wild. I mean, that's why they say dollar cost average is good too. But I mean, it's just
Correct.
crazy.
Yeah. So I mean, that's a long time trend line, multiple decades. So basically, going on 20 years.
Right.
Yeah. Mm.
It's good to be an investor right now, no matter what.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it's the greatest time to be alive. I don't care if it's in cryptocurrency, stocks, or whatever. I mean, if you know what you're doing, I'm not saying sell your house, sell your wife, sell your kids.
But if 12K comes, but
Yeah,
when you start getting some side hustle jobs,
yeah,
Yeah. We were talking about it the other day in the Discord. We're like, we're gonna start selling some stuff.
You still there? Uh-oh. I hope we didn't have another. Oh, her mic got muted, you guys. I don't know if she knows it.
Oh, okay, I'm back.
Okay, just want to make sure. We had a failed accident last week. All of a sudden lost you. Um, but yeah,
No, I was just saying that if BTC goes to Tokyo, we might just have to get some side hustles. You're not
rumors.
the first. You're not the first one that says that they'll sell their wife.
Yeah. Well, I mean, people always say crypto's life changing wealth, wife changing wealth, and it's like I ain't got a wife. It's just me and my son. I've been making plans for two though. But Roy Moore says now that's the way to think, awakened soul. Up, up, and away.
Right? You have to.
Yeah, we perma bulls over here, but we understand the bearish market manipulation by the apex predator and the uncommon one, or well, the I should say, the composite man. We're the uncommon 1%, the ones in here doing the work, building a crafting skill, learning how to trade, learning how to attack these markets, become true sophisticated investors, and we're going to be the uncommon 1%, the ones that are the next Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos and whatever for our family one day. That's what I believe. I'm making life-changing generational wealth for my son. It might not be for me. I may not ever be able to take advantage of this, but I'm gonna leave it behind for my family to, you know, to treat as a treasure one day.
Yeah. You will, though. You
Oh
will.
yeah. Oh yeah.
It's gonna be fun times.
Oh yeah.
Fun time.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So so what you got on your mind? We talked about Bitcoin, a little bit of XRP, and Ethereum mostly. Brought up Dow Jones a little bit. You know, we
My
can go wherever you want now.
um profit get my profit off it. Mr. Moore.
Oh yeah, he says if I can make a profit off of it, everything's for sale. Let us pray. This is not financial advice.
Right. It's so crazy to me. No, I was just looking at the market, just like I said, I'm just looking for this shorting opportunity that I feel like it's coming sooner than expected.
Yeah.
I just don't have my cell phone with me. My computer's been giving me a hard time to enter into Bybit.
Oh, has it?
Because it's
Yeah, I
reading
have it
that I'm
set
from
mine
the
up.
US.
Yeah, you got to do a VPN and everything to access it.
I have it though. That's the thing. I do have it and I pay
Right.
for it and it works in my phone, but in my laptop it's just not allowing me. It's still blocking me even with the VPN.
Uh, yeah,
So,
I never really went down all those avenues. Like I got a VPN and everything if I need it and things like that. But I just stay with if I ain't allowed to use it in my state or in the U.S., I just it's oh well. I mean, I just maybe I miss out on opportunities. Like I said once, I had a chance to send $100 and plus the gas fee for Ethereum to get 100,000 Polygon and Matic, and then it went to $1.30 or something like that. And it's like, ooh, that $100 could have went to 100K plus, and it's like I just missed out on those opportunities. And to me, it's like no biggie. Like I believe long term, some of these projects I may be in might do that. So, do that for me. One day.
what platform do you use to trade?
Bitru. A lot of
Bit-
the times I use Bitru mostly. Hey Katie, hey kitty, kitty, kitty. Um, but yeah, I use Bitru a lot. That's my number one go to.
Okay. Um, yeah, I don't know why I don't use it. I have not heard anything bad about it. All good things. I've even gotten referral links for it. I still haven't used it. I'm thinking I might consider using it.
Yeah, I mean, Bitrue is for me it's it's XRP friendly, being my number one crypto. It's hard to find in the US. Bitrue Kraken, I think. Bitrue Qcoin and Uphold, I think. One of the three. I know you can get XRP in the US still, and the rest of them they're still delisting it. And so yeah, I mean, it's easy for me to access with my XRP, trade when I can. Diversify my other projects into XRP or whatever, and whatever.
For sure. I actually just sold some assets, so I'm still waiting for my big opportunity here. Um, I still want to short the market like really big, but I want that key level to break on the daily, that 4
Right.
hour key level. Like even if I scalp, when I scalp, I don't play with more than 10% of my bag. So I'm still pretty modest when it comes to trading, even though it seems like I'm not, but I am. Um, but once key levels break, I wouldn't mind risking, a bigger percentage of my bag.
Right.
Um, but that's really, I think, a really important thing to understand as a trader is, patience, and your your trade will come at the right time. This game is about being patient and waiting for those good opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people just go in the charts and rush in, like right now. I'm just assessing it. Like I told you, I'm looking for that lower high to be done with in the 2 hours, and then I could reassess to short. But in the meanwhile, there's nothing you could do. You just have to let the mechanics play out and allow her to do whatever she's going to do, and then take action when she's ready.
Correct. Yes, and
Yeah.
and you got to take action. I mean, you can't. You're gonna make mistakes, and that's what people need to understand. It's like nobody's perfect. We've made mistakes. Me and you, we've talked about it personally on some of our collaborations. We've lost tens of thousands of dollars of not only just money we've lost, but I've witnessed tens of thousands of dollars in unrealized profits that I didn't take go to well, go down tens of thousands, 100K, and it's all about, like you're saying, taking action, doing the work, making the mistakes, and getting better from them.
Yeah. And practice, practice, practice. There's
Hmm.
no, like I always say, if you're watching us, if you're in the charts, like you should be at least paper trading. At least open
Right.
your paper trade, and just go ahead and click the button wherever you think it might be going, and if it doesn't go that way, ask yourself why not. That's what led me to be where I'm at. I would always go back, like, why did I lose this trade, or why did this happen, or why did this go south? And half of, and the answers are right there in front of you. We forget to ask ourselves those questions. We forget
Right.
to question our, like, hold on, why did this trade did not go the way I wanted? And then you start answering it by yourself, like, oh wow, didn't break support, or didn't break resistance, or the trend was up, so why was I shorting? A lot of questions, a lot of answers will come within you asking yourself, why did your trade go wrong?
Right. Right. That's so true. That's so true. And you got to stay true to yourself. Roy Moore was sharing with me the other day, and I think it was Thursday night hangout. Or after movie night one, he was paper trading, and he was pulling up his account and sharing with me how in paper trades he was making a couple grand, 7 grand, lost 7 grand actually, and but 1 grand was 65K in the up. I mean, he made 65K. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like just little paper trades like that can really prepare you for when you're ready to step into the market with your hard-earned income, what you get every day for giving your time to someone else, to the man. you know don't play with your money, play with the paper money.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's something big that I'm like always play with your paper trade. Everyone should be paper trading.
Hmm.
But yeah,
No doubt.
no doubt. Let's see. Let's see. I'm looking at this market. It looks interesting. Something like it's gonna move.
Yeah, it looks like it's going
Oh,
side to me, but that's just me.
FOMC meeting. Yeah, they're gonna rip side tomorrow. Really
I
bad.
think they're here to
Watch.
save the day, Awaken Soul. I just really do. I mean, I
Wh-
just think they're here to save the day.
Who?
The feds, no, they're all in one place. Like the markets always do good when they're in one place. Everybody in the world knows where they're at. You know what I'm saying? So like it could just be for that day, a few hours while they're in the meeting, and then it go right back down. We've seen that. One chart that I've pulled up recently, but for a year now I've talked about this FOMC meeting, and how it's important, not only by the numbers or the certain day that it comes on, but just the volatility that it brings to the market. And a great example of that is going back to the 2 hour time frame, and just going right back here to right after the Queen's death, and we saw the recent Fed meeting, right before the Queen's death on, you know, the August 26th, 25th, something like that, and it was sell off. It was green during the meeting, sell off. Okay. Queen dies, go to 18,700, 187. Penal code for murder, murder. And then we bear trap into a bull trap when the CPI data comes out from the Fed, and then we sell off. So it's like these time periods tend to do good for the time period while they're in one place. Like
Right.
everybody knows they're in one building together. So like I just yeah, that's the only reason why I bring it up like that is like I think it's gonna be a fake out, shakeout moment, just like Mayday was fake out, shake out into the Fed meeting. They're here to save the day, not before it goes back down. um,
Man, don't they like to play games? The funny part is that we like to play games too, obviously.
yeah,
That's the funniest part. It
yeah,
sounds like crazy how the Fed does it and just how this algorithm works. And it's just pretty awesome that I think that or we tend to figure, you know, some patterns out and we tend to understand the game. I
right.
think it's really cool.
You got to know the game so you can't be played. It's easy to play someone, but it's hard to convince that someone that hey, you've been played. No, I ain't. You ain't get me. Okay, why you wearing a face diaper? I mean, uh,
Right, right. No, definitely. What is going on here? Oh man, that'd be so cool if it falls. I really wanted to break down.
it's a dead cat bounce. I mean, this is where you come up to do a short. That's a dead cat bounce. It could definitely come up short of a higher high right here and be a dead cat bounce from this point 0.5 fib. I mean, that's crucial. If we break this, I mean, I'm just seeing large wick theories. I'm seeing a lot of indecisive sell pressure, sell pressure, sell pressure, sell pressure. I mean, this is a hammer doji to the downside right now on the 2 hour time frame. This next 2 hour time frame could drop drop us all the way back down to this contraction zone that you're talking about. Right there at around, yeah, 28,000 psychologically.
I just feel with like there's just so much fear in the market right now, and I just feel like with the banks, like you made a statement earlier about the banks collapsing,
Correct.
it has a lot to do with you know people are fearful right now of the
Yeah.
collapse and all the what's going on and the FOMO, whatever's going to happen. We know the dollar's not going nowhere, but the fear is
Right.
there. The
Hmm.
manipulation has happened, and now it's the people's reaction is the way that it's going to tend to go. People are going to start pulling their money out from the banks, and banks will start collapsing
Correct.
because
I
of
mean,
the fear that the system has manipulated people to react.
correct. I mean,
It's crazy.
we are watching them systematically implode the old system to implement the new system. This is 1971 Richard Nixon shock all over again, where the Feds created a parallel economy, which was the petrodollar, backed by beside the economy that was backed by the gold dollar, the gold backed dollar, silver
Mhm.
backed currency, and all of a sudden. August 15th came in and Nixon said, yeah, well, we're ending the convertibility rate. And what happened then? People didn't see it at first because, jobs were paying them more and they were getting more hours and, women were going to work. Two people in the household were going to work at this time period. But, so it's great at first. But what people didn't see is the long stagflation of the dollar that caused hyperinflation and, well, debt and credit lines to be absorbed up in this job slavery that it's put us in today. And think about the money that's been printed over the last few years. That's, well, done the same thing to the dollar because they put more in circulation. It's caused gas to go up to close to $4 now. It's caused eggs to go up to $13 a carton, a dollar plus an egg. So we're witnessing the same hyperinflation. All at the same time, they're building this digital economy, central bank digital currencies that they're getting ready to implement on the world stage while getting rid of, well, what you see right here. This will become just like a debit card, a central bank digital currency, or, well, a crypto. So we have a choice as the people to move into crypto. Not that I think it's, the better choice. I do think it's still slavery, but I think there's money to be made. There's more control when you're able to have access to your finances in a way where you own them, your keys, your crypto. You don't have to go to a bank teller or listen to someone tell you what you can and can't do, get hit with penalties to withdraw, take deposits in, and whatever.
Right. I just shared in the comments this great, I started hearing this podcast. It's like an educational course of economics and the ideology behind it, and it's mostly about how like the way the system is programmed is just to like redistribute the wealth so no one could ever advance. And it's just, it ties back to like what's happening right now in the world and the fear, and it ends up being a distribution of wealth and a recycle, a system that repeats, and for you to continue to get trapped within it. It's
Mm.
amazing to me. So
You
I
shared
just started it.
Twitter a few days
Par-
ago.
Pardon?
You shared this on your Twitter a few days ago. That's what this is.
Yeah. It's beautiful. I just started. I'm in episode 2. But I just to understand that concept and the way that the system is made out, and for you to understand economics in general, I think it's important, especially for us that we are doing this as a daily aspect of our living. Understanding economics for me is it's critical, right? Because I want to know where we're headed and whatnot. But yeah, it's really it goes in depth in regards to the accumulation and the distribution of wealth and how the system works and how that will help you overcome the system.
There it
You
is.
know what you need to do. Yeah, it's amazing.
Mm. Awesome. Thank you for that. Because I'm gonna start watching it today or tomorrow.
Oh my god, that would be awesome, and we could talk about it. I just finished the first one, but I really want to go back and like it's just it's amazing. It's just I think it's amazing. It's so cool. I just love it.
How
I
many
love it.
videos is it? Just two or
No.
more?
It's like 8. It's like a course, like 8 of them.
Oh wow.
It's like 8 of them. You don't have to answer questions or anything, but it just teaches you of like what is the economy and how to maneuver it. If you understand how it truly works, you understand how to play with it, right? It teaches you of like how important it is to have a business. And like I was telling you, everything gets exempt, everything gets written off because it's a business purchase. It doesn't matter what it is. It gives you
Correct.
like the upfront of like this is why things happen, and it's just beautiful. I mean, I'm already in love. Like I said, I was an episode and a half after, and it's just like mind blowing to me. And anything that mind blows me, I'm like amazed about it. But check it out, and yeah, we definitely have to talk about it. Great series.
Yeah, I'll definitely spend some time paying attention to it. Like you said, I might watch it a couple times before we're able to collaborate on it together for our viewers. But definitely we'll be checking it out, and I love content like this. Something that teaches me. I want to learn. That's my
Yes.
goal is learning. So yeah, so very important.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I feel you. Trust me, I'm always looking at like what else could I learn. I love to do what I do and I love to teach it, but at the same time, we have to continue to grow as individuals. And even though I enjoy teaching technical analysts and being here, I also want to keep growing as an individual and keep myself on my toes and be like, okay, let's keep going here.
Correct. Got to keep going. Got to.
Yeah,
Even when you feel discouraged, can't give up. Got to keep going. But yeah, I've been
for sure.
noticing this indicator on the 2 hour time frame of yours giving me a kind of accumulation period in this higher low that you were talking about before we
Hmm.
got this rally up to this point 0.5 fib, this possible dead cat bounce. So I'm noticing how it's sloping up now that we got back above this heart line of this parallel channel, which is really just a bear trap. Okay. Um, but I'm noticing how it could take us possibly to this 1618, right around 314 pi, as we head into May being really the third month of the year. Mother's Day is 314 pi day. So, happy Mother's Day to every mother out there early that might not view the channel between now and then. But yeah, it's a mathematical constant pi, the never ending story that I'm paying attention to. So the golden ratio of this recent fib pool right there with the pi ratio. I'm just noticing how, I don't know, maybe your indicator will flip bullish for us for a minute, and we can long that potential. I mean, breakout of 10% on a 3x leverage trade. That's 30%. If you go higher than that, cool. I mean, but so
Absolutely, absolutely. No, I think it's critical moments. It's gonna be fun, whatever she decides to do
oh yeah,
shortly. Yeah, so it's gonna be fun. But that's another thing. I think it's important for a lot of watchers and for anyone getting themselves into crypto. I don't think they understand how extensive or how long this takes. Like we
right.
go back to talking about like a 4 hour play could take a month to play out. A weekly play could take out, yes, a weekly trade could take out like 3 months to play out. So when
Mm,
you come in here and you want to pump it up, we need the music. We need the pump it up music.
I know, I know. I don't wanna do it, right
Why
now
not?
because every time I do it, it's like I uploaded that video to Facebook the other night, and it got hit in 249 countries. I was like, "Geez," 'cause of that
Yeah.
song. So I gotta be careful right now on this 90-day probation I am with YouTube. That's why I haven't uploaded none of my recent content to YouTube. I kinda just been chilling because, I've got another YouTube account that I don't care if it gets striked that I'm uploading to see if I get anything with my recent videos before I upload them to this one because I just want to be careful. I got 90 days to be careful. I don't want to lose this channel with 200 videos on it. The one I'm collaborating with you on because I'm playing around. I gotta watch my tongue sometimes.
Why?
Apparently, you can't use your First Amendment rights no more. So
No, you gotta keep true to yourself. F
yeah,
everything. You gotta
no
be
doubt.
you.
No doubt. Yeah, I am. I am. I just want to make sure I'm here for my viewers too, being me. So I get the strike taken away if I'm good for 90 days. So then I'll go back to one. I got two left after that. But if I lose it here, then yeah, I only got one more to go.
So much for always saying, okay, I'll be good.
Yeah, I'll behave.
I'll
Yeah,
behave.
I'll try. I'll behave. I'll shut up.
So much for saying that, and you still get in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's hilarious. No, hopefully everything will be fine now. But
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm gonna keep doing my lives with you. I'm actually thinking about for my viewers is doing kind of like a Saturday Night Live special, but for my private viewers. I'll be going live on YouTube, so everybody will be able to I guess catch it. But I wanted to try and set it up to those that are in the Discord or those that have purchased a course or something like that. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it that way, but I just want to try and come out on Saturdays, Saturday Night Lives, and just spend a few time with the pioneers and the awakened souls, the divine vortexes, divergence and glitches, the werewolves, and just hang out because I'm usually free. So it's just about maybe getting out every Saturday or at least 2 or 3 times a month, and just trying to get the channel out there. Really,
Yeah, for sure. I think that's what it's all about, creating content, and you just go live, and people like that resonate with you and that are here for us will be here, and if our message doesn't resonate with them, then they'll find someone that does. We're here to speak our truth and just be our authentic selves, and you know let the rest play out.
exactly. Be you. Be you. Know your value. Know your worth. Yes, ma'am. Tell them. That's what I
Yeah,
wanted in my work was to just tell people to be them. See,
absolutely.
people like you will vibe with you. See, because you tune into what you turn in. You turn into what you tune into, and I think that's key. That's important.
Absolutely. um but yeah, let's see what's happening.
You want to share your
All
chart?
right.
Show us what you got going on. What you've been doing lately. I don't mind to stop
let's
if
let's
you're ready.
see. Sure.
All right.
let's see let's see.
Oh,
Mm,
I'll show this right there. There you go. Hey, Awakened Soul. Glad you enjoyed your birthday. I'm glad you and Abe are collaborating. I'm glad to be witnessing this, to be here with the both of you. I'm cooking down after work listening. Okay. Heck yeah. Hope you're cooking something spicy for us, Roy Moore. I'm not big on spice, but I'm talking about something, cooking up something spicy, something good. All right. Don't worry. I'm playing it right now for all of us. Okay. He's playing the Pump It Up song right now for all. Well, I figured
I love it. I love it. He's so funny. I'm trying to share. Not letting me. Let's see. Share. Cancel. uh my computer's saying no.
Oh, might be acting
Hold
up.
on.
I see.
Let me see. Share. Okay, I think I got
Yeah,
it.
add to stream. Boom. There we go.
Okay, can you see my chart now?
Oh yeah, we can.
Okay, so yeah. So what am I looking at? Let's see.
Bitcoin
My
US dollar index, 15-minute
yeah.
time frame.
Yes. Well, before we get into that, I did redo. It's funny. All our charts look like tech techno parties here. They really do.
Let's do it.
They really do look like techno parties. All right, so let's see. So right here in my daily, right, I just have so much. I'm trying to erase it. So similar to yours, I have my major resistance, major support, and those are actually 4-hour trend lines. But even within the 4-hour trend line, we have this hourly range. I've been playing a lot with ranges lately. Give me 1 second. Sorry. Sorry about that.
No, you're fine.
Oh, um, okay, you can hear me,
Yep.
right? Sorry. So the yellow is the yellow range, the daily range. Then I have my orange. It's my weekly range. So resistance 4 hours is my green. So pretty much like we were talking earlier about this possible, um, like crown top here, right? That could play out. It reminds me of that Pokemon. Do you remember? Do you remember Pokemon, the little egg
Oh, the
Pokemon?
little egg one, yes. Oh,
Yeah.
that's so crazy because we have all these egg rituals going on too, like over Hawaii yesterday, that balloon, or I think it's an egg, I don't
Really?
know if you viewed with D Vortex and us over the Super Bowl hangout that we did in the Waters community, but there was a commercial in the Super Bowl that showed like this egg orb in the sky, and everybody was looking at it, and then rabbits in another commercial were throwing people down the rabbit hole. And anyways, like, I don't know, we've just been seeing these balloons and eggs, this egg ritual go on since February, and it's like a birthing ritual, and that's crazy you bring that up. But yeah, I remember, and I don't know the Pokemon's name, but I remember
Yeah,
what one you're talking about.
that's funny. I was just thinking about it. No, I didn't see that. I didn't even realize that. But it was like this reminds me of the little Pokemon egg guy. Um, so yeah, so I'm thinking, just based on my market structure here, creating this high. So I'm just waiting for this possibility, like I said, this lower high to happen.
Mhm.
Um, Even if we go to my 4 hours, right, we're already printing a lower high here. Now I don't know if it's completed or if it's done. So in that case, I will continue following it
Right.
even in my 2 hours. Like I mentioned, what I like to do is just with the trend line, usually extended trend line, just have a trend line around there. And even setting an alarm, because once I know it's getting close to it, I can see either it's rotating or it's just, it continues to accumulate, right? Because we're in our contraction phase that we had mentioned. So this is my contraction phase. So it could definitely play with us here and have the sideways movement. Or, but yeah, so that's what I'm assessing right now. I think this is a big lower high once concluded because it's gonna give us a nice re-entry for that short, right, and back to the levels here, daily support. Or if we break the daily support, major support, I mean, that would just be prime entry to a big short.
Correct. Correct.
Um, and of course, let's look at our, because in the 1 hour, we are bullish in the 1 hour, have to consider that the trend is up. 1226 EMAs, price action is above the 1226 EMAs. So you want to trade with the trend. So, I mean, this could be a continuation to the upside, and I would be looking for a um, a higher low.
Correct.
Okay, so I'm gonna be looking for a higher low here, just based on, again, market structure, right? We could see a bounce here, continuation up, bounce, and it could continue up to the upside, right? So to enter along, next ideal entry will be that higher low.
Yeah.
Um,
Pay attention, bulls.
Pay attention. Um, so that's something I am also considering because I am not in a position right now, and I do want to enter because I feel so lonely when I don't have a position going. I'm like, what happened?
Mhm.
I'm always playing the market, so that when I don't have something, I'm like, but I've learned myself to be patient and just wait to the right moment, right? So that's another thing, when you're looking at the 30 minutes, I mean, just looking at our RSI right here, like there's no need for you to enter longs, right? Especially with your RSI overbought. So right now, even RSI being overbought here. Where's my little box? Okay, here, right? Consider shorting. So if we short here, so that's confluence for shorting, right? So then when you have your high that is being printed, but what would you need for you to take the short, or what would I need to take the short? Because we know that yes, it could be the high or it could be a bounce, and we could get that higher low. So I'm just gonna be looking at the pivot highs and lows, and those are gonna give me my support, my resistance. Um,
Correct.
Stop, hide, and just mark a sorry, no, marker supports. Let me delete this. So that's gonna be my next support here. So I'm just waiting. It's hard to short right now because I could just go against you. So it's like I always say it's not about getting the exact like tip of it. It's about being on the right side. So I allow her to flip, allow her to turn, allow, you know, the 1226 EMAs to flip. They were visually seeing 1226. I mean, on the 7 minutes already, 1226 flipped. So that's nice, right? So I want this support to
Right.
break, give me that confluence. And if this support breaks with this trend line, it could be a nice scalp right now, actually, now that I look at it. It could be a nice scalp. Um, and that's how I assess and look at my trades, and I'm looking for a short, and I think this could be it. Hold on. I like it. It's a lot of a lot of things go on, but usually this is like the little moments, the pinpoint moments that I go in for, and I look at everything at my point of control previous session. I will want it to break just as an additional confluence of this short position that I might take. Um, I was gonna But again, FOMC is tomorrow. It's dangerous waters tomorrow playing the market,
Yeah.
right? So, but most likely this would be a short for me if it crosses this support 1226 EMAs and just short it, risk to reward, or one touch, two touches, right? That would be my target, a quick scalp on the 7 minutes. But I'm looking more than a scalp. I'm looking for, like I said, I'm looking for that nice lower high so I could short it for more of a swing trade. That's
Correct.
what I'm looking for. It could continue up, sure, but I'm really doubtful just because there's so much fear in the market. I'm just being cautious when I do long because in the bigger, you have to consider that the daily, and this is big actually. I posted this yesterday. On the daily here, I just erased everything. That's okay. Okay, it's not on the daily no more. 23 hours,
Huh.
right?
I saw
20.
you do this in one video. That was interesting how you did that. Almost a day.
Yeah, 22 hours. So on the 22 hours, they're playing around with each other, but you could see the 12 and 26 EMAs being flipped. So they flipped again, and the 24 hours yesterday, they were flipped down. And I did post it that chart yesterday. But sometimes, just removing the wicks, you're able to close the noise and just see, because if price actions above 1226, we're in a bearish trend, and price actions below 1226, we're in a bearish and bullish trend. So, and that's how I kind of go about some things. Like right here, we're in bearish trend in the 6 hours, and the 4 hours were bearish, right? And it just helps me also understand that, okay, price action or where the bigger trend is starting
Correct.
from my daily. But so yeah, I'm just looking at the possibility of this lower high being it, and then shorting the market. But Nothing much when it comes to BTC. I think, it's mostly rinse and repeat. This game is a rinse and repeat game. It's just keep going in there, charting, and where do you think the next move is going to? Right.
Right.
So it's just trying to be. It's it's an interesting game. You have to have a lot of patience. Um,
Yes.
it's not for all. And I
No,
always say it's not for all.
money is traded from impatient hands to patient hands, though, and so I mean it is all about patience. Think for yourself. Glad to have you viewing tonight. Thank you. Love the name. Says nice head and shoulders pattern. So about 3 minutes ago when he was talking about it, he or she were seeing a nice head and shoulders pattern. And then Roy Moore says they won't be able to stop us after we continue practicing paper trading and make buku bucks. I want to pump it up forever and ever, nonstop pumpage. He says if Awakened Soul tells you to long, then get ready to buckle up. You don't have to tell me twice. Let's go. Let's go. Love the support in the chat. You guys are on fire. True pioneers, awakened souls, divergence, and glitches. Let's go. Can I get a hello?
So sweet, Mr. Moore. Oh my God. No, we're definitely gonna be ready. Let me tell you, all the nightless sleeps and all the time that we have put in, it's all gonna pay off. We
Yeah.
just have to be patient and get ready for that nice trade. And I'm a trader, and that's what I want. I want everyone to get ready for like that one nice one. I always say one good trade a day makes your day.
Yes.
Just be patient. Just be
Man.
patient and set it up, and put your nets out there. Be a smart fisherman, and let her come to you.
Yeah.
Just support and resistance, and set alarms more than anything. We have a free tool that could be used as like our assistance, and we don't use it. So
Yeah.
just right there, setting a
Support
30
resistance. Trading range.
support,
Right there.
and right off the bat, we don't have to stare at the charts all the time, even though we still do. But crossing up immediately and just create an alarm, and then crossing down, and when she's ready to move, she will call us,
Hmm.
right?
Yes. Well, and
You
then
know, and
then you assess the market, take a decision on where you think the market's going, and act accordingly.
yes. Don't be jumping into the charts. Oh my God, I have so many stories of like, just like that. I put alarm BTC up or BTC down, and my alarms would go off, and I would just run to the chart and be like, okay, sold or buy, or without even assessing the charts. And then I would come to the chart, and it was a wick, like a fake wick, and it's back on its regular
Yeah, a
trend.
false breakout or shakeout. Yeah. Like what? What happened?
You could only imagine. I was like, that's so wrong. Why would they do me like that?
Yeah. Well, that's the sentiment. That's the euphoria, the emotions that this market is ran on. It's a game, like you said. Know the game so you can't be played. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you just gotta know how to play the game. It's a brutal game, but hey,
Dog eat dog, I tell you.
for sure. It's just like the system. You just not. They think they're slick, but hey, all it takes is for one to question things. Once you start questioning, you get your answers with
Question
anything.
everything. Yes.
Yes, I trust nobody.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. I think I am pretty. I know you're bullish. I'm pretty bearish, and I'm
All right.
sticking to my bearishness to otherwise. And I just feel like I know it doesn't matter what I feel, but let me show you. I think maybe in the weekly. I was just looking at the tops here of like previous. Let me erase everything.
Zoomed out
Right.
view. Zoom out when in doubt. 30,000 foot
Right.
overview. Mile high club, baby. I love viewing a chart like this, Awaken. I love getting and you see going back, you see where the price action is, that dotted line. It's like it wants to make a decision.
For sure. But when you zoom out, it's just like pure stay. Like
Right in your
what's
face.
right in your face. And we still don't know what's happening, but it looks pretty damn bullish.
Hmm.
Right.
I mean, it can be. It can be. It can come back down too, though, to 25K real quick.
Well, what makes me and continues to make me bearish is this
Mm,
trend line right here.
mm. Major. I got that on my chart too. Major. We
Right?
ain't above it yet.
The
Not
the
on the week.
fact that this was major support, we broke down and we retested, literally retested the break to the downside, and now we're, that's what makes me bearish. That's one of the reasons, and not to mention the world, not to mention the madness that's going out there right now. I don't even know what's going out there, but it sounds crazy.
The only thing about this trend line that's got me okay right now is pull up your 21 that we talk about on the weekly to determine if we're bullish or bearish right now. My 21, we're still above it, the EMA and the SMA. Um,
Oh,
but
for
that's the
sure.
only thing. That's the only thing that's holding me, hoping for a continuation to 32.2, 31,400 pi.
Mhm. What was I? Which one I was gonna use? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I've seen it. It's bullish, but.
Yeah, there is a but.
Yes, there's always a but.
There's always a but. See what had happened was,
So there's a lot of supply over here,
yeah,
a lot of demand over here. What is a demand or supply? Oh, this bearish orders, bullish orders. So this is all your supply here. If we turn on swings sessions, oh, sorry. Okay, I'm just looking at the supply and demand zones here and just trying to see where it could drift to, because they will act like a magnet to price action, right?
correct.
So based on this trend line, and like I said, just we could place a support trend line there. But I'm still with my megaphone, me and my megaphone. We could definitely, let me turn on the 21. Why didn't it turn on? Oh, I hear your cat.
Oh, you hear my cat? Yeah, she's playing over there in her litter box. Yeah, she gotta go potty.
So so definitely here yeah, I mean, price actions above the 21 in May, and obviously that's a bullish sentiment, right? But like I said, this trend line for me is like, it just seems so critical in my vision and my eyes, and finding that resistance there just, makes me doubt a lot of things. But it could definitely be an uptrend. Why not, right? But I doubt it, but why not?
Right. I mean, anything's possible in the matrix. We gotta, like we say, we gotta be able to play both sides. I mean, there's money to be made in both ways of this market. It's gonna go up euphorically, it's gonna go down euphorically, and it's gonna be boring sideways. So why not take advantage of both euphoric options, sophisticatedly?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Especially if, like, here, I'm just, right? I was just copying here. What was it? Ghost beds, bar prints,
Bars
forecast.
pattern is how it copies. Yep.
So I was thinking of like those tops here, right?
Yeah, those
And
crown
how,
distributionals.
yeah, and how if we looked in here, we're making that kind of crown distributional pattern that we saw up
Mm.
close, remember?
Yes, ma'am.
So that's what has me a little on the downside here because of the pattern that it's forming, that it could potentially be like a crown top distributional now that and even if we come and retrace to the 21 MA, because that is a big possibility, and then we could continue to the upside, right? But if we don't hold 23 would be my key, right here, right
Mm.
where it hits the, oh, it would be right where the 21
Yeah.
MA would be. So that retrace would be ideal, and yeah, we can continue to the upside. But if we break this, uh, she's coming to 12. But in the meanwhile, like you said, you have to realize how long this game takes. It doesn't happen overnight. It could take months, months for a play that you're expecting it to play. Because this could definitely come down and take another week to play out, or keep us in this range, like you were saying, to Cinco de Mayo. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely see.
Hmm.
I mean, it's a big day. May period. The May 5th was not only Cinco de Mayo and the lunar eclipse this year, but it's also the day that we saw the French Revolution in 1789. So I mean, there's also major events that happen in May too. And 100-year plus saying of the stock market, selling may walk away, remember to return in September, and may September then shine like gold come December. Like that's the whole true saying. So when you play the market throughout the year on that saying, you tend to be able to catch the rally in April and May, sell it, accumulate, catch the rally in August, September, which is National Preparedness Month, and then sell it again, and then catch the lows come December, the new year, the fourth quarter, because December makes September shine like gold, because December is usually, well, the low of the markets, and then repeats, heads up into a rally into, it stays stagnant and then heads up into a rally into April a lot of the time. So whether you're playing this on a macro time frame or a 30-day, 1 hour time frame, I mean, it's just a cycle within a cycle within a cycle, and it's every day, rinse, repeat.
Yeah. The other bullish sentiment that I might have is just because the market makers like to work in three, and you have one, two, and what about we have a third pump to the upside, right?
Correct, correct. Yeah,
So that's
or the
something
third
I
day of the
have
month.
one, two, and then a third pump, right? And that would give us,
That's what I'm
38,
thinking. 38K. That's what I've been thinking. That's where I think we're gonna roll over from, possibly.
38.
Yeah, I mean,
I
maybe we
mean,
wick higher, but I think 38 is going to be the major. Like, we're going to start seeing lots of wicks on a daily time frame if we
yeah,
hang out there for days. I don't know that we'll hang out there for days. I think it'll be short lived over a few day time period.
right. Yeah, that's why, this is definitely, I mean, this is wild. If you measured how long this has taken us on the day range, like this to this section here, this is 54 days.
Mm,
Okay. This to this section. I mean, even if we imagine we come all the way to the trend line and touch it, that'll be 95 days, guys.
taking us to when? When was that taking us?
90, I would go 96 to June,
Ooh,
June,
yeah,
the
mid
end of
late June.
June.
Yeah,
So I'm just saying, like, this is bananas right there. I could be 90 days right to it decides to continue up or continue down.
right.
And it's just something to be aware when you enter the markets. Like, this is no joke. Like, it's not going, and the worst part of it decides to go against your um like your call. Let's say you bought right here and it goes down. Yeah, one day it's going to come back down, but it could take years for it to go back to those regular prices. So
Mm,
understanding where you are in the trend is critical, absolutely, especially if you're trying to make profits, like within even a month time frame. You want to be on the right side of the
correct.
trade. But
Correct.
um, but yeah, no, I was just looking at this how just as an observation for anyone that's looking for us, that this could take approximately 76 days, and within 76 days here, we make money, right?
Hmm.
Because
Nay.
that's if you know how to play the game, this is your range, and from this range, you start making money up and down, right? When the trend is up, and because I always say I got people to meet, places to go. I can't
Right.
wait for this market to, do whatever the hell it wants to do. It went up, and now we're in a downtrend.
Losing
And this
weight.
is,
Sine waves. Sound
and
waves.
this is just a visual to show you how it goes up. It's like I always say, you trade with the flow. You come down, you go up, right? And now it's coming down. And that's how you trade with the market. You get your range and you just flow with the chart and allow it to be. Right now we're coming down. So, like I said, I'm looking for that opportunity and just take a quick short and call it a day. And then tomorrow, and depending on where the markets are, most likely it's gonna, be holding some support here. And from this point, same process like we looked earlier. It's gonna break to the downside, or we're gonna have a retrace again and continue our path within this range.
And if we break down to the downside and retest that trend line, hold support, it's not a bad thing. Anybody viewing or that may view this, it's just about if we hold support of that trend line and we continue to set a higher low than that CME gap we see right there. That's when we close that. When we touch that green trend line, that's the CME gap. We close the CME gap.
Hmm. And that's definitely not a bad thing because it's gonna be a beautiful setup for a short or a long when it comes to that place. Because at that
Correct.
point, you're gonna know, okay, if we don't hold here, it's gonna drop, and that's that's where you want to be putting in your money, big money, I would imagine. And then,
Oh
I mean,
yeah,
or it could be a big last buying opportunity before it continues to pump.
yeah. I
You
can see
know,
this thing falling all the way down close to 21, 22K. Below that trend line getting bought back up, and like that's going to be not financial advice, but when I'm deploying my sideline cash to get ready to long this market, to accumulate and long this market. Um, so, but we may not be given that opportunity too. So that's important too to know that.
yeah,
But we can definitely be
definitely.
hopeful.
For sure, for sure. So that's what I'm looking at, and I do like to view it in line chart too. Um,
Oh yeah,
to
area
just
line. Yeah,
there's so much noise going on with the colors here. But yeah, pretty much that's where we're at, guys. So pretty much support. We break support. We're coming to 23, 20 around there, right? We're in critical times, and we continue to like literally consolidate till it feels like moving 100 days, like from start to end. It can continue within this consolidation area. It's yeah, that's wild. Could do this all the way to the orange trend line. I was thinking like you were saying, and then from this point, then go up or break down, but then give us that three pump, and then
yeah,
again. All right, you just
right,
have to draw it nicer and
right.
cuter.
Because this is a 4 hour time frame. So, I mean, that can only last for a day or two and have multiple 4 hour closures up in that range and have a little bit of contraction range, a little bit of, supply range, whatever you want to call it, and then sell right back over. Because, in my work, I share that 38 is very powerful. Gematria, the code that gives us the numbers behind a word, phrase, name, that equals 38, and it's practiced by the Kabbalah. 38 or death 38, RIP 38, murder 38, and I'm like, okay, well, what could happen at 38K for Bitcoin? Could we roll over from 38K? So
Yeah, that'd be amazing if it does. Gotta, we'll see. We will see.
Roy Morris says he's loving this TA, giving me a lot of logical indicators of support and resistance for this rally cycle, potentially creating bull traps and different key levels. I don't want to be invested into June. He also says he plans to hold until June highs if we get them that late in June. But at this point, I might have to hold a whole another year to see true profits if we don't rally again this cycle. Glad to be financially invested at this point. It's where, I mean, sometimes you do see unrealized profits. I'm one that can concur to that, and the only way to beat that is long term holding and dollar cost averaging on top of your position.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm with you guys too. I have so many coins that I'll see you guys when I see you next year in 10 years. I don't even know whenever it happens.
Wind moon.
Whenever you guys decide to move, I'll sell you guys. But then that is what it is. I'm so negative that I can't even move my spot coins. I wouldn't even dare. I rather just keep it for retirement.
Yeah, that's how I feel about my Algorand position. It's like,
Why?
because it's about to go to zero. Like, like my position has went from over $1,000, $2,000 to like hundreds of dollars, and I'm like, bro, I gotta keep dollar cost averaging this, dude. Like, I don't know. It's like I just know it's gonna be worth something one day. Because I mean, I saw it go up from a few hundred to a couple thousand, like I said, but now it's back down to a few hundred, and it's like, okay, time to dollar cost back average in. You know, get this
Yeah.
back up because one day it's gonna go back up. I believe. I'm bullish on that project.
Right. And just remember, I've said like all alts could still drop 30%,
Hmm.
50%.
And I'll be
Like
buying. Well, I'll be backing a truck up, loading it, and stacking.
this is my total market cap chart for except BTC. So it's only the altcoins and big bear flag there with the falling wedge coming down. And
Yeah,
can definitely see if this would break the support break. We're talking about the the total market cap for all coins could drop an additional 50% to the
that's
downside.
250 plus or minus $1 billion, you guys, all the way down to the bottom of the descending wedge, where we hope to hold the support. That's just a line. There ain't no guarantee. Okay.
For sure. This
Let us
is not.
pray. Lehman Brothers 2001.com bubble all over again, coming soon to a crypto near you. Magical pixie dust money going. Phew.
For sure.
Well, we know it's possible. I've talked about it in a lot of my videos. I'm sure a lot of savvy investors are aware of the 01.com 9/11 Lehman Brothers scandal. It's what I plan to see happen to a lot of these 20,000 plus or minus cryptos. I only expect there to be anywhere from 250 to, I don't know, 1,500 cryptos mainstream worldwide that have actual use case utility that will be adopted when it's all said and done with.
Hmm. No, it's true. I mean, it's gonna be a change. It's gonna. Sorry, where am I? I'm sharing my screen. It's gonna definitely be a change, but I don't think it's. It's gonna take a while still.
Right, right.
I don't think
So
it's
we're
gonna happen. Yeah, like it's gonna happen, but I feel like we're just in the end of the cycle. I feel like I don't know. I just feel like we still have a lot to come. A lot to come. A lot of accumulation phases to come. And it's just my perspective. I don't think, this pump, we're just at the end of like this pump, we're just coming down. We still have to have like a nice accumulation phase and then the next pump. So it's still like a year or so, but could be wrong.
Yeah, we could all be wrong. That's for sure.
Yeah. I think in my Ethereum video I did the other night. You see, I did myself my own birthday video. But anyways, I measured this contraction phase, like this accumulation phase, and if we go back from like the lows to let's do it from the candle bottom, not the one that crossed, but the one bottom. Okay, so this took 578 days. So if we just move it to the side here, right, and this could be our accumulation phase. You see how this is an accumulation phase and
Correct.
this is an accumulation. So that's why I don't. That's why I'm like, there's no the rally. It's not even here. We're still maybe this says January of 2024. That makes more sense to me,
Yeah.
right?
Fourth quarter, first quarter rally, possibly leading out of that in the 2024, the Omega year. I can see that because that's a nice Adam and Eve or W pattern on a macro monthly time frame right there that you're viewing, that 517-day time period. That's what I see. Like when I view that right now, it fell below the 21 in a Adam and Eve or a W pattern breakout, um, all the way up to new all time highs for a lot of these cryptos.
Yeah, I
Some
mean,
cryptos, not all of them.
like this is a beautiful W here, right?
Correct.
You could
Correct.
you tell, or it could be Adam or Eve, but it's just an example of a low. So if you come to this new contraction phase, you need to understand that just like this took almost 500 something days, this is could also take up 500 and some days.
Or
It's not
longer,
gonna
right?
or longer. Yeah, absolutely. Um, it just only makes sense for me. And like we even discussed, the Bitcoin happens not even to 2024, to 2024 anyways. So
April
expect,
7th, they say, is what the clock says. I don't know if that's the true date, but I pulled up a clock in my live Sunday, and it's 340 plus or minus days away, April 7th, 2024. So yeah, right there, beginning
right?
of the
So
year.
that just gives us more confidence where this is the year to dollar cost average on all your projects, but do expect, to be within this range for at least the beginning of next year.
Hmm.
That's what I think. Just this is the zone, and then we'll move up. But
Yeah,
we still have a ways to go.
I agree with that. I agree with that. Definitely
Well,
concur.
I think we have to take the history and what has happened before in consideration of what's happening right now. Total market cap, like I said, it looks like a big bear flag on the daily and the 4 hours that could still bring, some downwards action. But so yeah, so to expect a pump, I personally don't think so. Like a big pump, like
Right.
to the upside. I think it's with all the fear coming and everything. I don't know. It's just
Yeah.
my perspective. I'm gonna stop sharing.
Yeah. I think we're almost done. Uh,
That was fun.
It was fun. It's been fun. Awaken, Roy Moore actually says another comment about your rollover at 38K. He says we all eat at this table. It'd be a bigger short for Awakened Soul. Uh, I know
You
you
know it.
love to short the market, but yeah. Um, just want to get back to presenting. I didn't know how much time you had presented
Oh,
or put aside for tonight. I didn't want to take up too much of your time. I'm glad we could come out for the second official um, Tuesday, Martes, the day of Mars, empowering TA and vibing with the charts collaboration we've, got planned to continue to do for ever and ever and ever.
aw.
But yeah, like I said, I don't want to take up too much of your time, but it's definitely been fun going basically 2 hours tonight so far. So you know,
That's beautiful.
moving on up. Yeah, it is.
No, I think it's a good time. I think it's great. I think we could wrap it up just because. So I'm telling you, I don't know what happened for the last 3 days. So I gotta kind of get back to earth and
Right.
kind of like reorganize my life. And yeah, I'm so excited. I truly needed this rest. I'm so happy to be back, and I'm so happy to spend this time with you, Abe. I really do. I had an amazing time with you. Um, but definitely, I'm excited for the future and to keep collaborating and, just sharing our TAs more than anything and helping each other and being there for each other, and helping everyone else. I think it's a beautiful thing. Um, but yeah, definitely have to get the back in shape and get it all together here. Come back to this universe.
Yeah. Well, I heard that. I think it's a great time to wrap it up too. Then 2 hours, 2 hours in on May the 2nd. You know that's not bad. Let the numbers play in our part and to our favor. But I appreciate your time as well, and you coming out and collaborating with me, and just the powerful things you've shared with me already. And I plan to continue to keep this friendship going, like you said, and just helping others. That's the goal. Teaching people, learning every day, because I believe if you can't continue to learn, then why do what you're doing? But for those that are unaware of who you are and your work, I've got your Twitter pulled up right here, and they can follow you at Awaken Soul underscore 369 on Twitter, or they can go to YouTube and follow us here at the Daily Candle Close News at 98 Daily Candle Close News 9817, or follow our gal Awaken Soul right here, um, as well at Awaken Soul Crypto. But yeah, uh,
That's not me, but yeah.
yeah, there it is. There it is. Awaken Soul Crypto, the best female trader in the game. So yeah, Awaken Soul Crypto on YouTube. Follow us there, and but yeah, I guess we can end it there and get ready to, like you said, step back into our lives, take care of the youngins that we got, and do our own thing, be us, but continue to enlighten other pioneers and awaken souls to be their best self. And I guess I'll see you again Tuesday, or maybe at the Wednesday Thursday night hangout this week. Who knows?
I know so much to do. I don't know if I could be there, but not on Thursday. On Wednesday, are they having anything tomorrow?
Tomorrow,
No.
yeah, we do event night maybe if somebody's
Then
presenting, but maybe not. We might have a night off, but Thursday I'll be there. Friday I'll be there hosting movie night, and I might be
just
on my YouTube Saturday, but who knows?
yeah, for sure. But stop by in the Discord. Anyways,
Yeah, I'll be in yours,
I'll, I'll
in and
be
out of.
working there. I'll be working there like always. You know it. Gotta commit to my cause. But yes, please stop by. Yeah, love you and thank you so much for the time.
Oh, anytime. Love you too. You take care, okay?
Okay, bye bye.
All right, bye bye. All right, you guys. We'll see you all in the next episode in collaboration with Awaken Soul Crypto and the Daily Candle Close News. Take care and God bless. Pioneers, Awaken Souls rise. Build your fortress and build your legacy.